I'm Jim Edmonson. I'm the MD of Parajet. Having a very exciting show so far. Beautiful weather. I'm sorry everybody didn't get to make it because we're all sunbathing and not doing any work. So what I thought I'd talk you around today for this little blog for Paramotor Mag is our 294 engine. We've had amazing success with this weekend because we've been flying it with 15 metre wings and 20 metre wings and seeing what you can do with small dynamic wings with the power. So what we've got here is the block. This main block is very tiny. It's 294cc in a rotary engine, and that's basically equivalent to around about 400cc in a normal piston engine. The great thing about a rotary engine is that you get the power to weight that you don't normally get with a piston engine, and also you get continual firing of the engine. So the engine fires constantly, so you don't get what you get with a piston engine, reciprocating engine, pulse coming through the propeller. So this gives you a lot more torque and constant power. So it's more like using an electric motor than actually using a piston engine.
Ah, okay.
So look at the engine here. We've got a stainless exhaust at the bottom.
Turn around this one.
Yeah.
Can we rotate it?
Yeah, of course.
Whee. Let's see what's going on in here.
Right then. So we've got it's dual ported. So you've got the manifold here. So you've got carburetor down into the manifold. It's dual ported. So the second butterfly opens up at around about 3,000, 4,000 RPM, and then that lets the main amount of fuel go through into the actual chamber. We've got a rather nice video on the website you can look at to see how the engine works. Then obviously into the stainless exhaust, fires away, and this exhaust is brilliant because it makes it very quiet. So anybody who was here at Basse was commenting how quiet this engine is. It's a much lower frequency as well, because most of the tests we do at the moment with decibels, you don't really talk about the frequency, and I think the frequency is as important as the actual noise level, because you get a very, as you can hear in the background, very high noise from a two-stroke engine, and a rotary engine gives you a very low pitch noise, which isn't so disturbing on your ears. And then moving around to the rest of the engine, we've got our normal three-piece cage, which comes apart in 3 pieces for each package. We've got, this is an AFCO harness we have on here, and so now we do a choice of either an AFCO harness or a super harness, which is shown on our Zenith and 160 down here. And basically we've had a lot of fun with it. And
and this is 294, like you said, it's 400 cc's of power. Yeah. If it was in a normal engine, I mean that's a lot of power. Who are you pitching this at?
We're pitching this at very experienced pilots. It's not something we'd sell to people who've done a year's flying or even 6 months flying. It's something where people have flown for a long time, they're very confident, they've got very good throttle control, and really you need to be signed off by your instructor or be an established pilot that's well known. The engine is putting out 92 kilos of thrust, so with the 92 kilos of thrust you're going to get a bit of torque there as well, and that's why it's important to be experienced. If you chuck it on full throttle, it's going to spin you around. But with that as well, there's no denying it's a heavy unit as well. It's around about 40 kilos all up with this harness. With the super harness, it's a little bit lighter, and the propeller, and that's a lot of weight. But I think it's important to also point out, I think it's the same with Nirvana paramotors, that how it fits you is how a vital part of how the engine works and how it feels. We've had a lot of pilots trying this over the weekend, saying actually it doesn't feel that much heavier because it fits your back so well. So it's important to kind of not think about weight that much when you're thinking about these motors. If you are thinking about flying with a small wing, getting into some really dynamic moves, trying loops, trying barrel rolls, because that's what we're going to start seeing with these motors and small wings.
Okay, and tandem use obviously, trike use?
Tandem use, trike use. We've got our buggies out now, so we've got a trike and a quad out now. Wow. And we're just test flying at the moment. They fly brilliantly. Tandem use, I don't know if you were out in Salton Sea, were you out in Salton Sea?
No.
We had 220 kilo guys, big American guys flying this, and they were climbing fast.
They were getting off the ground on it.
Yeah, so I think that shows.
So if you're a big lad, this could be the one for you too. Tell us about, you've got a 160 over here.
Yeah, this the 160 is a slightly smaller unit. It's got a 6-inch rotor housing, so this is much smaller. You can see it here. It's tiny and a tiny little exhaust, and this again has got a very low volume in noise. It's very exciting, this engine. It weighs in at around about 30 kilos. We're lightening it up at the moment with some tweaks with the harness and changing the backplate slightly. Hoping to come out 28.5, 29 kilos in total, but it gives 70 kilos of thrust. It's got really good fuel economy. And
do you get more economy out of the Rotron?
You get more economy out of a rotary engine. I know there's lots of rumours going around about different bits and pieces of different engines going around. There's another 4-stroke out at the moment, which is very exciting. you get 15 to 20% more fuel economy. I mean, today with the 294 when we were flying that, we had Francois, he's around about 70 kilos on a 15.5 metre wing. He flew for half an hour and used 1.5 litres of fuel. So it gives you some representation in
on
this
a 15
heat.
square metre wing.
Yeah, exactly.
And who's this for? I mean, it isn't so specialised. This is
more of a General Motor, so we're looking at this for your average pilot, somebody who wants help on a kind of no-wing takeoff. 70 kilos of thrust gives you that help. It makes it an easier flight. It also means you can sit on quarter to half throttle to cruise, depending on your weight.
Yeah.
So you get that fuel economy again, because this engine, again at 70 kilos, is very powerful, and power to weight is what you get out of a rotary engine. But on top of that, because you've got all that power, you're sitting at a much lower rev range, so the fuel economy comes much better.
And the durability, I'd imagine.
Exactly. Well, this engine can rev to 14,000 RPM, but it's slow to only 8,600 because of the prop. So you're only using two-thirds of the whole rev range, which gives it much longer proximity of life.
Excellent. Okay, thanks. Thank you
Brilliant.
very much, Jim.
Thanks, Bob.